Here we go again with another video, the title of which is The Arrogance of the Human Ego. I was hoping to do a video with Aristo today, but he's not been online for more than a day. Therefore, I will talk about what I've been reflecting on in my, I have most recent, but I wrote it a few hours ago. So anyway, my recent meditation. I've been pondering my own arrogance of thinking for much of my life that what I had been taught was true and unadulterated by the distortions that have plagued the world for millennia. Of course, anyone who thinks they are immune from such disinformation are so caught up in their own egos that we think the lies are only things to which others have fallen prey. Oh, how the ego lies. As hard as it may be to admit, there is no human on the planet who has not been deceived, hoodwinked by the master liar of all time. Yes, me too. Why do you think I've gone out of my way to look at things from other angles? Why do you think I've made it a practice to explore other religious viewpoints and try to find the common ground, rather than dwelling on those things that are contentious or insincere? Will there be an awakening, a quickening by the Creator that will free us from our own egocentricity? I sure hope and pray for that to be true. It requires humility. And when I say it requires humility, I added that as an afterthought after I had finished the blurb before that sentence. It requires humility on everybody's part, including God. We have been so ingrained and so indoctrinated into the system of the lie, the deception, the fraud, the manipulation, the evil. Oftentimes it's pure evil and pure out of control ego. I will ascend to the throne of the Most High. I will be like the Most High. That's the saying of Lucifer. I will. Well, I know most of us, if we have any drive at all, have thought of the idea of what we will do or would like to do if we could. But we live in a world where, for the most part, we cannot do whatever we please. Now, there are people, unfortunately, that have risen to places of imagined power, and they've done it by stealing wealth from everyone else. Now, I got an interesting email that I read after I wrote the blurb from a man named David Francis, who goes over, I think there were 10 points altogether, might have been 12, I think 10 though, of changes that needed to be made. One of them was being to eliminate fiat currency and go to a mana system. And a mana system is, mana as he's using it is something to be exchanged. And everyone would be given a portion of mana that would enable them. It wouldn't be given all at once. It would be given over a period of time so that all the basic needs could be met, and no one would have to struggle for their own survival. No one should have to struggle anywhere in the universe to survive based on a monetary system that is basically deceptive, run by those that are greedy and want to control others. These elements that have infiltrated and dominated the earth and the human experience for longer than any of us can remember. We'd have to go back in history, and who knows how much history that we're being told is the truth. I mean, I sort of trust Anastasia because she didn't learn it from what the system told her. She got it intuitively. which I wish I had the intuitive capabilities developed that she was able to develop as a very early child. I've talked about her before, and I'll probably talk about her again, because that's the most clear description of the world that I'd like to see brought about that I've ever read or heard about, including all of the religions and the religious writings and books. You know, nobody ever hit the nail on the head like she did. And for people that think it's fiction, Vladimir sure concealed the fact that he was creating a lie very well, because he disagreed with her so much that it wasn't funny. I mean, he did not get it, certainly not in the early stages of their interaction together. In any case, the human ego has gone way overboard. Oh, and I forgot to hit the start button. I thought I hit it. The timer's not even going, and I don't even know what time now I started. I could have sworn that it was going, but it's obviously that's weird. That's weird. And I apologize for this unexpected interlude, but it shocks me as well. In any case, I'll continue and just pull the plug when I feel that I've reached a conclusion. But I know my own ego. I mean, it was hard for me when I was younger to have anybody tell me what to do, to think. I didn't like people telling me what to do, but especially I didn't like people telling me what I could read and couldn't read, what I had to think, and what I couldn't possibly even consider, as I was raised in a very fundamentalist Christian, evangelical Christian household. I don't resent that at all, and I do think that my parents were very, very good, especially my dad, in giving me respect and doing the best he could to love. And it's not about agreement with people. I wish you'd understand. We need to be able to tell the difference between good intentions and not good intentions. And those that are trying to dominate and they're coming from the place of ego, even if they think it's good intentions, it's usually about control, and that's never a good intention. It's never a good intention to control someone else because you want them to be like you. Or me, I want people to be like me. I don't want you to be like me. I want you to be what I want for myself, free, to be me, so long as I don't hurt somebody else. And that's the only stipulation. Do what you want, but do no harm to another. Now, are others going to be harmed? Certainly. The cabal and the people that have gone along with the lies of the cabal. Wow. I just got a warning message on the video that came up and said that there's too many programs running, and that's not true. There's only one browser open. That's weird. Anyway, folks, I would like you to reflect on what I've said today, and as I've been reflecting myself, on what we believe is true because we've experienced it and investigated it, or what is just simply ego that we've been pushed along on and bought into a bill of goods, and that you could even have been converted to some other viewpoint. But is that viewpoint also manipulated, like the one that you've quote overcome and rejected? Anyway, these are things to consider, because the ultimate test of whether we're going to have a world that works for everybody is going to be our ability to love one another. And of course, that always begins with loving ourselves. So I hope that you're able to forgive yourself for the things that you've gotten wrong, as I have to do for myself too, and that we're able to move on to something higher and better, and to co-create together a world that actually works for all the people. Thank you for listening, and namaste.